You know, I never really like Ulthway, but I think this recipe might change my mind. Hello fellow Hunters of the Blue and welcome to my channel and welcome to Zero Skill, a series of videos where I show you the simplest and most effective way of painting your models. In this video we paint Ulthway in a stunning neutral black and bone with just 3 simple steps and some optional finishing details. I've done black in the past. In fact, the original Zero Skill black is one of my most popular videos, but that was a cold black and a really cold one. And I always wanted to do a more neutral black. This recipe came out so good that I think it's better than the original as well. As you might know, Vallejo is now the sponsor of the series to showcase their amazing range of express paints to me, and I'm obviously biased, the best one-coat paints in the market. I will leave a link in the description to the Vallejo web so you can check the immense array of products they offer, like Express Color, the subject of today's video. And now, let's get cracking! As you can see, we are starting from a base coat of Filled Grey spray from Vallejo. You can use really any medium gray that you want in a spray form, but I feel like this color is just perfect because the idea here is to not only use it to base coat the black, but also the bone. Let's see if it works. We are going to start with a dry brush of Karak Stone from Citadel. There is a very good reason that I'm using Citadel paints, and that is because they are satin and Express works better over satin paints. If you don't want to use Citadel and you want to use Vallejo, you can just use whatever like sandstone kind of deserty color that you want and just do a layer of a satin varnish just after the dry brushing. The idea here is to do 2 kinds of dry brushing. I'm going to do a very heavy one over the bone details and a lighter one over the black details. So I will do several passes of this dry brush on the helmet and the weapon, and I will do less passes and less intensely over the rest of the model. Have patience, because the more time you spend in this stage, the better the final result will be. Also, even though this technique is called dry brushing, we are still applying paint and it's still wet, so we still have to wait for the paint to dry in between layers. Because if you don't, you will lift up the paint and have an awful result. Our first stage of dry brushing is done, and you can see the difference between the 2 areas that will have a different color. And now we're going to do white, and I'm going to do it in the same way. I'm going to go heavier on the weapons and the heads and lighter on the body. I use a satin white here. You can use any satin white you want, but if you want to know which one I'm using 2 thin coats Star White. And on the black sections, I just want to basically catch the edges. I will take quite a lot of care of highlighting the cakes properly, because as any elder player knows, the cakes are the most important part of the model. One way to make sure that you have the ideal amount of paint for the black parts is to start on the lighter ones, and then once you see that your brush is properly loaded, move on to the darker ones. That way you won't make a mess. So with this will take several passes, and I will take my time to make it perfect. Well, as you can see, we have the finished dry brush, and again I took a special attention to the beefcakes. They're really important. I'm now going to start with the black, and for this I'm going to use a mix of 1 part Hospitalier Black and 1 part Express Medium. If for some reason you want a darker black, just use pure Hospitalier, but just know that you will lose most of the nice contrast that we created with the dry brushing. So for me, this mix is ideal. And I will take really good care not to pick up things like those tassels there or stuff like that. And again, go section by section and take your time. Again, I'm going to add highlights afterwards. So in case you want a lighter black, you can always go with, 1 part Hospitalier Black to 2 parts medium. Play with your ratios until you are happy with the result. But I think this mix is quite a nice compromise between darkness and contrast. And the black is done. And now I'm going to paint the bone. I'm going to do the modern color scheme, where it's just bone and black. But if you want to do the yellow helmets, just use Dreadnought Yellow. It will look amazing over this base coat. I designed it for that purpose, but I guess said I'm going to use bone, and for this I'm going to use bag of bones mixed with express medium, 1 part bag of bones, 1 part express medium. That will give me a really soft and light bone color. But because we did the dry brushing as well and have some of the field gray in the shadows, it's going to have a really deep contrast. I can clean up the front of the helmet like that with my brush and then feather out the rest for a cheeky highlight there. And with the white done, it's just a couple of details left to paint. The tassels and pieces of cloth and stuff like that, and the gems. And I'm going to start with the tassels. There are usually 2 classic accent colors for Ulthwé. One is like a dark magenta color, and the other one is like a blue turquoise. And I think I want to use the magenta for the tassels on the cloth and the blue for the gems. I think it works better. So I'm going to start with the tassels, and for this I'm just going to use deep purple. I was going to paint this piece of cloth here magenta as well, but just as a nod to the classic color scheme and to break up the model a little bit more, I'm going to paint it yellow. And for this, as I said, I'm going to use Dreadnought Yellow. This is going to give us a slightly dirty yellow, but still it's going to look pretty damn good. Now I will paint all of the metallics, and it's just the lens left to do. With that done and all of the gems and eyes base coated with white, I'm going to use Caribbean turquoise to paint them. And I'm going to use again a mix of 1 part Caribbean turquoise, 1 part medium, just because Caribbean turquoise is incredibly intense. But if you want that super intense turquoise color, just use it pure. The model is basically done. If you want to play, you can do it right now. I just did the metallics using the Rusty Metal Triad from True Metallic Metal, and with addition of silver for the final highlights. And now I'm going to start highlighting the body. And for this I'm going to start with neutral gray from Game Color. The only thing I'm going to do with neutral gray is just a very thin edge highlight. At this point, it would be incredibly easy to, instead of using a neutral gray for the highlights, use a warm gray and get a warm black. The steps up to now are meant to be sort of an in-between tone that will serve for both purposes. We could also thin this down into a glaze consistency and do some highlights in the volumetric areas. The highlights are now done, and you can see how much more contrast we get and how much more definition. You can stop at any point in this process, but I'm going to get you to the absolute furthest I would take this, which is the final highlight using the Sky Gray from Model Color. This would be just very small, a very small highlight, just little dots here and there. With the black armor finished, we can now tackle the bone details, and usually in my other videos on this series I never highlight the guns, because they are the only black detail in the model, and it looks really good with just the dry brush and the contrast. But because we have bone on both the helmet and the gun, we do have to highlight it as well. And for this I'm just going to use Off-White from Game Color. Just have to thin this paint down to this sort of consistency, so it's not really thinned out, but it's thinned out enough that I can do several passes and thus create a nice gradient over this light bone. On the helmet here I'm going to modify slightly where the highlight is located, because I just realized that from the golden angle, which will be more or less this one, the highlight would be outside of that plane, so I'm just modifying it to move it towards the front, so the model makes more sense. And for the final highlight, I'm just going to use that white from Game Color, but any white you like will do. I just want to re-emphasize the highlight, especially on the helmet. This will be really subtle, but why not do it? I will just need to finish the eye lenses and the gem, and this model will be done. I will admit that this video is really tempting me to do more Ulthwé units for my army. Maybe some Warlock should be in the way. Also, let me know, are you a yellow or a bone helmet person? If you want to support me, you can check my Patreon, where I offer in-depth uncut tutorials and private classes. Help me and join the list of the coolest people in the world that you can see on the screen right now. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye!